If I went to like a sperm donation clinic,
Don't call me like a
sperm
seat
bank.
here.
No, but if there was a letter in it that said, I'd probably put it back down.
That's horrible. That's really nasty.
His eyes look sad.
Now, if you're watching this video, you might know what podcasts are. If you know anything about the state of podcasts, you're going to know that we need more. In fact, like this video, or I am going to start one myself. Now that you clicked on this video, it's going to be in your recommended, so probably be on the safe side. But alongside me, a couple of people that should never have started a podcast are Ethan Bazinga and Faith Kelly. If you're in like any UK TikTok or Twitter circles, you're going to know that people hate this podcast. And I could sit here for ages and talk about it, but you know what? I think the clips do more talking than I ever could.
That's horrible. That's really nasty.
5'8", it's got asthma, hay fever, eczema and psoriasis. Because I've birthed your child,
Yeah.
carried and grown.
That's my DNA, yeah?
Yeah, I have your DNA inside me.
I'm in you.
Yeah.
Now, I want to be spoken to in this way, and more to the point, I want everybody on the internet to see me being spoken to in this way. And even more importantly, I want this to keep going for multiple clips, for minutes at a time.
I
in
can
there.
actually, because of your eczema and stuff, I can now get that because of your shitty streams are all in me.
I'm in you.
Yeah.
I am in you. Hold that.
This is like, do you know when people breed dogs and they will only breed the best of dogs? That's why.
Yeah, so if this carries on any longer, he might actually cry. As I said, these kind of clips do the rounds regularly on like UK Twitter. In fact, a catalyst for this video is just seeing like multiple tweets of people asking what is going on here. And when you click on these tweets, you find out this isn't a rare occurrence. In fact, it might actually happen every single episode.
I'm into like medium ugly guys, I'd say. Not you though, you're really handsome.
Why are you with me then?
No.
Why are you with me?
Because you are a
said
bit
that you're
medium
into
ugly.
medium-
You have got lazy eye.
I'm medium ugly.
Yes, I'm not going to lie, at this point, he might actually be asking that question sincerely. Now, on one hand, obviously, this is a podcast. They're not being recorded by a fly on the wall. They are putting this out. It is obviously, to a degree, banter, and they're playing off each other. The sad music, it probably also doesn't help. I mean, it does add to the videos. It is very funny. But those 2 points are about the only defenses I can offer. When you watch these clips, this guy either has, like, year-round allergies, or he is just about to cry. I want it to be the former, but you know what? Looking at all these clips, it might actually just be that he is about to cry, because the abuse, it doesn't let up.
You had the audacity, Mr. 5'4".
I'm not 5'4". That's
There we go,
outrageous.
that's a reach.
That's pathetic.
You said, oh, he's a bit short.
No, so
How
I'll tell
many
you,
girls do you think I've looked at you and gone, no, darling.
no, I'm
she's a bit
average.
short."
I'm average. And
Yeah, he actually is fighting for his life. Who said podcasters weren't braver than Marines? He's going to war every time he gets behind a mic. I mean, this podcast might not be his idea. I'm assuming you know who he is, but if you don't, he's one of the sidemen. He's a big YouTuber in the UK. Financially, he probably doesn't need this. And judging by his continued reactions, he definitely doesn't need this.
what I will say is,
This average chat
is-
he's not average.
The reason I said
Ethan is under average. If you look it
Yes, I'll give you 2 options there. Either he's an A-list star or this is real. The exasperation is tangible. You know what, my friend? If you are watching this video, then I'll go out on a limb and say that you are average. Don't listen to the hate. You're average, man. You are average. Speaking of average, though, this is probably like the most palatable part of the podcast, because from here, it kind of descended into the oversharing show. Now, I don't really explicitly have a problem with people saying stuff on podcasts. You can say what you want, but you also have to understand that there are like consequences. And all I really mean by that is when you say things on the internet, you record it and you upload it, well, they don't go away. It would be nice if they did, but unfortunately not. So with that in mind, strap in, because there's a few things that they might want to delete in a couple of years' time.
Bearing in mind, we wore protection.
a couple of times after like night out or something.
No, there was one, and this is why I think the one time we get a bit adventurous.
Naughty.
Literally, what doggy?
What, doggy? Right, so I'll be straight up, like, before someone in the comments calls me a virgin, I'm not coming at this from, like, some purity angle. I will say, though, discussing the conception of your child on a public podcast, I mean, that might have some repercussions down the line.
Never make the effort to do that. Like, we are such lazy people. And then afterwards, do you remember, you looked at it and we was like, bit on the outside. You was like, oh, she'll be fine, though. And then everyone got on with it. I genuinely think it works back to that.
Right, I'm going to school now. I'm 12. Is there anything I should be made aware of? I've seen the anti-bullying videos, you know. I know it happens. I know kids find a weakness and they press on it. Just so we're clear though, you've never like said anything online that might be used to bully me. Something like, I was an accident after a night out, and then you meticulously kind of explain the process. As long as you haven't done that on a podcast that is going to stay on the internet forever, we might be fine. Where you have? Oh, for fuck's sake. Another thing which I saw on Twitter when I was going through these tweets is that people think she humiliates him a little bit.
Someone said it, innit? Not me, innit? But I agree with that person as well, innit? But I was not the one that, you know what I'm
I did find a clip though, so we'll have a look. Hopefully he doesn't cry in this one.
Yeah,
Nice and gentle when you're sober.
It's very virgin.
He's like, can I grab your bum cheek?
I didn't know, okay, but no, I've never done that.
And then when he's drunk, bend over your slag.
Right, so whoever said that on Twitter was lying, because it really ain't that bad, to be fair. Although, if he did say that to her when he was drunk, I am going to step in, because that is not acceptable. How dare you say that to her? You know, everything she said to you in the beginning of the video is now justified. In fact, you know what, Faith? I'm going to give you a free pass. You're allowed to belittle him a little bit more.
My mum used to always say that my biological father is quite, like, emotionless. I struggled to express it in, like, the little cutie ways, but, like, I would argue I show mine in forms of, like, I take care of you. You have a lovely home, you have lovely holidays,
Here we go.
Well, I didn't think it could get worse, but it can. To be honest, this one just kind of does make me sad. And I am trying to see it from, like, the perspective that this is said in good faith. That is a joke. Jokes like that are fine, obviously, but I don't see it. And I don't want to take it out of context too much. Like, obviously, they have uploaded this, but the more I watch this clip, the worse it gets.
Yeah, but I just, listen, it's not an ungrateful stance. No, I hate that one. Don't. No, you don't, Ethan.
You get fed?
No. So, I pay for the fucking food shop. You'll pay for like one of them, because that's when I actually go to the shop. So 3 weeks out of the 4 of the month, I pay for the food shop. And again, this whole house situation, right? I don't like that reason, because, bro, you want to live in the house too. Because otherwise we'd get a house we can both afford, and then obviously I'll pay for it, but you wanted a big house.
Yeah, but
you know what? Just let it go. It's over. You know what? By this point in the video, maybe I am just being really critical for no reason. Because you know what? Beyond this, at least she is very supportive of his hobbies.
a day after, ran a half marathon. Yeah. Faith couldn't give a flying fuck about it, but
Bro, you made my day so difficult.
I made her day difficult by running a half marathon, so she doesn't care.
No.
Okay, fine, maybe not, but that is one instance. Surely she hasn't done this on multiple occasions. It's an anomaly. Anomalies happen. Anomaly is quite a hard word to say, actually. But as long as this has never happened otherwise, I think we might be fine.
Quite frankly, I don't care for you either. So, you don't understand how much time this man takes to do his sporting events. I've had to borderline give up my horses and hire help. Can I just put that out there? So, since I've had my horses, I think I've been in the saddle like fucking 4 times, because I do not have time, because for me to ride my horses safely, someone has to be home, and I mean an adult.
Yeah, so by this point, he just does look like that painting of Satan. You know, the fallen angel one. This is him. I've really tried to give this podcast the benefit of the doubt. I think I have been pretty fair. And you know what? This is all in good faith, because at least at the end of the day, they can apologise.
You don't say sorry.
Yeah, not because of pride or guilt though. Sometimes
You say-
I'm going to be front. People aren't going to like this. I'm possibly not sorry. But I say I'll apologise, because I understand an apology is needed, therefore I apologise. We've had a bit of a bicker. I don't actually think you're right. I apologise, this has happened. Let's move on. I'm regretful about the situation. I'm just not sorry.
You know what? By this point, I do actually like her. She is pretty funny. Maybe not intentionally, but she is funny nonetheless. Right, so I'm not going to lie to you. I've had this recording for a while, but I just never got around to finishing it. And during this time, they did maybe the worst thing for this video possible. They got, and this isn't a joke, engaged. I mean, you really couldn't have waited more than 2 weeks. I mean, this is pretty selfish from them. Now, it's fair to say that the proposal didn't go down well. And that's fine, by the way. I don't think these two for a second are living their lives based on what people think on social media. But they did an episode after they did get engaged, and really, this is where the main point of the video starts to come through.
When people are this horrible to her, it me off. When you attack her, it me off, and Oliver.
Now, I'm not going to bore you with a full clip, because in fairness, it is pretty boring. But if we're being real, this whole podcast is rage bait. Half of the clips I've reacted to today are actually clipped up by their team. The banter's obviously in good faith. Like, you can go back through and it is funny, but I don't think they hate each other. I think you have to be pretty naive to think they do actually hate each other. But to come online and cry about getting hate when you're trying to get hate to promote your podcast, is that not the craziest thing ever? They say you can't have your cake and eat it, but apparently you can. Like, for example, I make commentary videos, they're designed to stir the pot a little bit. If you go back to my last video on Belle Delphine, if I cried every time somebody says something mean about me, then I would be crying through this video because they were pretty harsh. But even podcast aside, like, these two regularly try to stir the pot.
I want drama. I want online speculation. I want people talking.
So you want drama and speculation, but only on your terms. You want a reaction, but you don't want a reaction. It really just does not make sense. I can concede that obviously some people do take it too far, but it's the internet. Like, you can't expect everyone to obviously do it on your terms. But yeah, at the end of this video, there is one more clip that I found where she's trying to stir up publicity for her Christmas song, and it is fully in line with what they do on this podcast.
Sorry for the state of it, guys, but I just wanted to come on here and just say, you know, me and Ethan, he's blocked me on Instagram because I found him and Lauren Alexis together, and it's just a whole thing right now, and I'm not really sure what's going on.
So yeah, when you purposely give people the wrong impression, you can't cry about it. I'm sorry. And at the end of this video, all I can really say is I have done exactly what you've done. I've just taken the clips as you intended at face value, and it is pretty funny. So yeah, at the end of the day, you can rage bait, but don't get angry or cry when people rage bait too. And with that said, subscribe or I am going to cry about it. I'll catch you in the next one.